Hello ladies and gentlemen and otherwise, what's up? My name is Devious and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We have just facilitated the conversation of many scientists and many Loporrits. And everyone appears to be feeling much better about themselves. That being said, let's just continue with the story. I really want to get going and I'm pretty sure we're fairly close to a dungeon, so let's run. Before we get started though, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, sub, bell icon, Discord, cast crew, etc. You guys know how this works. I just gotta broach the subject, you know, because, you know, frickin' YouTube gods. Anyway, let's get back into it. No fanfare, no hesitation. Let's go. Behold, Luna. Through thine efforts, word hath spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a greater number than we anticipated. Living Way doth gather more Loporrits as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that a new bounds of friendship may be forged. Should greater matters require not thine intentions, watch over them, I prithee. Okay. Yeah, Hell is following me through the story, kind of keeping up. Which I do appreciate, by the way. Keeping everybody else surprised of where I am. This is nice. Definitely needed to happen. As I keep saying that they're collaborators, but they needed some face-to-face time. Yeah, Living Way. I think that's you.
Phew! Oh, finally some rest! Why, I haven't spoken so much in... well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
I would imagine so.
'Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm sorry, Sleeping Way is the pilot?
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
I mean, anyone disconnected from a group of people.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger.
I'd expect so.
Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Aetheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial.
He's holding it together very well then.
Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge.
Hell yeah.
When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
Well, now you see why we are less than thrilled about leaving.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Monbrita. Shit.
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
This is gonna hurt.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Charlian's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. Tis good to see you in good health.
Sorry, I had to make sure audio is recording. If I miss this part, I'm gonna be very upset. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Likewise, old friend. Levida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where.
I see where Moonbreeder got it from. I see where Moonbreeder got all of it from.
Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise.
You got that right.
Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
This is one of those moments, I'm not ashamed to say it. It's hard to hold him back.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know. We always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
We needed this moment so much.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be.
Urianger, I don't mean to alarm you, but you have been adopted by Roe parents. You are now their son. And I have a feeling that no one involved is going to regret this change of policy. In fact, I don't even think it's really a change of policy. It's always been like this.
I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
Feels Walker in full swing. Damn.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
She was important to all of us.
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Exactly. I was not prepared for that, but I'm glad it happened. And I need a moment. Sorry, hearing Urianger crack like that. Oh, that one hit me hard. As I think I had the same reaction that a lot of people did to Monbrita. Like, she came into the scene and I was like, damn, this is a lot of person. She's actually getting Urianger flustered a little bit. Hell yeah. And then when it happened, I saw it coming a while before it actually did happen. This person is way too forward not to do something inexplicable but effective. But damn. Yeah, Monbrita is right next to Oshafont for emotional low blows, but I wouldn't trade any of them for anything. Okay, we continue. Well, Luna, be assured I am fine. I am. We all needed this. Feel glad to see them too, after so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company. As difficult as it is to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. So friends are for, man. Quick thing. Pretty sure we only got one more piece for this. Oh yes, the hand gear. The pall of anxiety over Shirley and Hamlet has thinned to more manageable levels. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Loporrits. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so I shall remain to aid them as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alize, lest I saw she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out to the west gate. I could go myself, but we both know whose help she's less likely to scorn. Not to mention that, much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Until later. Can I talk to them? Classical Rogadin isn't so different from Eorzean. Did you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moon's Bride? When I first met her, the moon was shining silver and full. The whole world seemed to glow. I knew it had chosen her, and she would be the beacon of that selfsame light. Of course, we'd later hear our fair share of jokes about how we ought to have gone for sun instead, with how bright and stubborn she was. But fiery as my Moonbreeder was, she was always kind and gentle. Oh, you must be one of the Scions, correct? Yeah. Thank you for caring for my daughter. The time she spent with you was all too short, but I know she was proud to have you as comrades. Urianger is too, I'm sure, and I certainly feel better for knowing he has good friends to look after him. See that he comes home from time to time, will you? Like I said, Urianger, you have been adopted by Ro parents. That's not a question. That is your life at this moment. Where the hell? Alright, we're going this way then. Oh man, that was I'm not gonna say that one came out of nowhere. I should have seen it coming better than I did, but damn, that one hit hard. Yeah, that one that one got me to tear up a little bit. Yeah. Nose is stuffy. Knees weak. No spaghetti on the sweater already, but you know. Oh, damn. The box is bigger than you. Luna, what are you doing out here? I am doing adventurer things. No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? I don't care. Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. Deliver the crate samples to Alphino. You will have 3 minutes to complete the okay. It's one of these! Yeehaw! Oh! Oh, that is large. Alphino! Hey, buddy. Oh, you're helping with the crates. Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. Hey! Insert noises of shit breaking. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Stuff, reasons. Ah, then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. Haha, thank Thancred. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. It turns out that this is a base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. Carried all of them. You carried all of that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know that we've finished. Theopaldin, sure, is in the courtyard. We can report to him. When you come along, you should give credit. You should get credit for your assistance, at least, considering where we are. We might even learn something interesting. Hell yeah, Batman! I don't know why I've been saying that, by the way. It just, I don't know. I think it's like a meme or something that I heard a while back, and it's just come back up for some reason. Or maybe it just thought of it out of nowhere. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you where this is going. Aetherite! Excellent. Hello. Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? Brought samples from Charlene Hamlet, Series 110. The crates are at the entrance. Thank you. I had suspected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are fortune lost children, are you not? Alphino and Alice at your service. You're well acquainted with father, I take it. Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studium. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly it's been some time since we met. It is good to see you again, building your father's no less. You knew our parents when they were young. What were they like? Pray, spare no detail. I should like nothing more than regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want for submission. We can help with that, in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of deliveries, so... Well, hello, Tula. That came out of nowhere. So, how about each of you take one? Here we go! Wait right there. Okay. Okay. You will find a forum representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind, Alphino and Alize. I'm certain they'll be back soon enough. I have no doubt. Okay, here we go. Why can't you just walk over here and deliver them? Come on, man. I have things for you. Are you not one of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aether burner. Yeah, but we're doing other stuff too, and y'all need the help. Theopoldin's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hands, at least. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you Scions succeed. The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, and so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlene has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. Never seen that word before. Quick and efficient, I dare say you have a talent for this work. Yeah. Twins' papers only needed to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning any moment. Here we go! How convenient. We return with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note. You both have my thanks and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Well, even as a baby struggled out of your swaddling clothes, and that's quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we asked to hear, not to reiterate. Of course. I've known your father for so long, I must have something. As you know, part of why the levy your name garners such respect in Charlene is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry to those who came aboard the Nyunkrev's Hope, a lineage few can claim. Never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded the nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it's traditionally been a point of pride. 'Tis why Nyunkrev renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Archon Louis Soil looked not to Nyunkrev's words, but his deeds. He asserted, in defiance of his peers, that choosing to save the world and the small Choosing to save the great and small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations that led him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to its doom. There will ever be conflict and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well. Indeed, Archon Louisoix lived by that personal creed, and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlene or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortunal could not reconcile Louisoix's deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortunal agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. God's father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? As an Alphino proved that. Gazano Fortunal is a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was. With a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he is also frustratingly single-minded, and once he's decided that a given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. I wonder if the twins got that. Profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you'll agree. I'll say. No kidding. Thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me in too much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to get back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Aww. I love these little moments. Hail, you three! What? Oh shit, Graha, what's up? Graha, surely Kukul hasn't driven you out of the forge already. For better or worse, no. However, he has sent me a task that requires more than a single pair of hands, and here you are! I could use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alize and I have prior commitments, and we've delayed too long as it is. What about you, Luna? Can you spare the time? Hell yeah! Perfect. This shouldn't take long. Hey! Level 89, baby! How are we looking on time? Oh, we're only half an hour in. Hell yeah, Batman! An unspecific task awaits you. Oh shit. Quick check. Okay. Sorry, I've got the quest list open and I'm making sure that I'm not going to accidentally run into a dungeon or something before, like, in the very middle of an episode. That would be less than ideal. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and into my lap. Mr. Kukul wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames in Kukul's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of Aether being funneled into his furnaces. The flow of fire-aspected ether in Labyrinthos is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I have borrowed the key. The adjustments will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. Cool. This is where we part then. I will see you in Charlene Hamlet once the adamantite arrives, if not before. Solid copy. This way then. Alright, let's go. Man, I get to hang out with Graha? Hell yeah! What's up, Graha? The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire Aether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspected Aether will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself. Trust me. Oh yeah, water plus fire in a combined space. Not good. That equals steam. Steam equals pressure. Pressure equals boom. Can I ask you to put down any that draw too near? They'll pose you a little trouble, I'm sure. Hell yeah. Wait here if you would. Go ahead, bro. I got your back. Well, I know where this is going. And I assume that I will have assistance in dealing with stuff. Howdy, Batman. How you doing? Yeah, let me just, little off the top. And the bottom. And the middle. Alright, we're done. Just sitting there, squaring up with the universe. Did everything go smoothly out here? Oh, yeah. Too easy. Thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. And the water ether appears to be venting properly. I expect Kokol will see a difference in his forge flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there's another matter I thought to discuss with you. Yeah, send it. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you and only you have been to Elpis. What are you thinking? As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of Alag, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which saw much use as part of the Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of the world, Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alag's empire to encompass the heavens and the stars above, perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist Amon. Which makes perfect sense considering who it was from. Did he remember his life as Hermes? I'm guessing he did. Wait, that... hold on. So, I'm going to pause for just a hot second to suss out something that I thought of earlier in one of the other episodes, but like, I mentioned, I think, and it probably made its way into the actual episode. Like, I thought of something, but kind of went a little brain dead trying to remember what it was. There was a lot of talk about how when an ancient returns to the star, the effects of Kairos, the memory-altering thing, that could be reversed to some extent, anyway. So, if that's the case, then is there a chance that when Fandaniel / Hermes was reconstituted as an Ascian, that he did get his memories back? Is that what we're looking at here? Anyway. I believe he had his own reasons. There's no evidence to suggest that he retained the memories of his former life. Not as Amon, maybe, but once he was, reset into Ascian mode. He only joined the Ascians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition towards which they are inclined? Wouldn't be surprised. We know with relative certainty that it was the gross decadence and inexorable decline of Alag that moved Amon to resurrect Emperor Zonde. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Zonde's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, Zonde not been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to that same end, to instill the people with a new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Amon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. And both of them sought that meaning, that hope in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Unfortunately, it is the consequences of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment, and yet to reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, to keep the promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Kokol is getting along? Yeah, probably a good idea. Let's hope he hasn't blown anything up yet. Or at least if he has, let's hope he's blown it up in a way that is productive. Whew, I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha, but there's not much left for you lot to do. Unless you can conjure up that refined adamantite any faster. Sorry, bud. Hey, I think that's the last piece of gear. Kokol Denko, as usual, worked up over the Aether burner. I do trust you to deliver on your promise. I do, only I hate waiting. I want that adamantite and I want it now. We share your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish. Sitting around's unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on recreational explosions. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated. Get you gone. I have mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll one more look to make sure nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I will join you in Charlene Hamlet soon. Fair enough. Okay. Fresh gear. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's remarkably conservative, actually. Okay, maybe not conservative, but doesn't look bad. Oh, and of course, it's another chainsaw scythe. I gotta admit, I don't dislike it. The scythe is actually kind of cool looking. I'm not sure I like the design, but hey, whatever. Okay, we're gonna look like this for a minute. I don't know why I did that. I just kind of felt the urge, like, we have the potential. Why not? If you wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. Please don't be 7 billion cutscenes. I don't want to have to do a double episode. I already know that I'm not going to have enough to make one episode out of things so far, so please, please don't take too long. Actually, you know what? You can take a while. By all means.
All set, I take it?
Hell yeah. Good to see you, Mama Cat, and scary uncle. Took me a second to place this thing.
Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals, trivial tasks as they may be.
Every bit helps.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
Fairly valid point.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Crew's all back together, except for Kryle. Where is
Our
Kryle anyway?
consultations with the Loperites, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed. though some insist on making adjustments to the very end.
As I would expect they would.
For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
They're just enjoying their time down
All
here.
that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Yep. Speaking of.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryle.
Hey.
Special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbour at once.
Yeah!
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Let us indeed. Oh, why are we in here?
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news.
Concern?
A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbour. Your presence is requested, with all speed.
What happened? Oh wait, did we not inform the forum that we had stuff incoming?
Now, where might this delivery be?
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah! Hell yeah! Oh, that is beautiful!
It's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
You're talking to pirates, lady.
Surely, these can't all be.
No. Yo! My man!
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
Oh my god, that felt so good! I remember the Void Arc raids. I love those guys. Like, I still have the the red bandana that I need to put on a couple of my outfits. That shit was great, and I love that guy. That guy was awesome. I noticed the airship from the Evilise raids. I forgot the name of it, but I see the troop is here to help. This is so cool.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
These two are just always at each other's throats.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamon shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
I mean...
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
I can see where people say that these two just have, like, unresolved tension, shall we say.
Take that back. Make me.
Okay, hold on, Sicard.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Indeed.
Hancock and Soroban.
Hell yeah.
We come bearing relics both sacred and Allegan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
Of course.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements.
Oh, spot of good fortune.
Upon learning of your need, we made haste back to Hell's Lid, with our dango, never fear, consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the lending of Tenzin's legendary phoenix blade for this noble cause.
There you go.
Suzaku and Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies.
Please tell me that a couple of auspices are just going to come floating near. Please tell me that we are going to see a Firebird nearby.
I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease, and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally, or die trying.
Scary.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
I love it when they add in little bits about past content. 'Cause I don't think those raids are mandatory, but oh, I'm so glad I did them.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
You have learned from Tataru.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability.
Mm-hmm.
And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
I'm sorry, the Scions funded the entire venture? How?
We funded the venture? When?
Oh
Don't
no.
let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending.
Tataru in full form, I see.
When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount.
Has Tataru secretly been a gil billionaire this entire time?
We also had the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement.
Oh wait! We got a shitload of treasure from doing the Four Lords quest.
She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Mama!
Chameleons.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full.
I love this woman so much. This is the best friend to have and the worst fucking enemy.
We can hardly take them with us on your teeny tiny toy boat, and would be ashamed to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent.
Emilion's a real shooter. She does not play.
Waste not.
Oh, that's adorable. I love these
However
moments
did
so
you
much.
manage so much in so short a time then? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
There you are. Aaronville!
You were involved too.
Aaronville, officially best bun! Holy shit!
I received a letter from Cryle after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlie. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have. And I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
I respect the Gleaners so much, and Aaronville is such a fucking unit.
That is why I chose to help the Scions. To combat the obliteration of those countless, undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed.
Heh.
To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Oh, that's awesome. Yo!
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon?
Oh, I know you and Nero would want to be here.
And why didn't you mention it sooner?
That good point.
One time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Valid point. I'm sorry.
Sid, you brought the team.
I'm so sorry, Sid.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
Oh, Alpha's here too. Oh shit! I didn't even. It didn't even occur to me.
We stopped by Whirlwind before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius.
Wait, what? Explain.
He's still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise. So we offer none of the latter.
Oh boy.
What he sent is an Allegan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it too.
Hell yeah!
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite for Mordona's Dalamud shard.
Ori Boulder, my man.
I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition.
But?
However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them.
Hell yeah.
I know. How the gobbyflop fought.
Oh yeah, there's shinies in there, brother.
Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness.
For some reason, the image of Hoary Boulder leading the charge of a shitload of goblins against a high-tech facility is just making me so happy.
The clash between their machina and the Allegan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the gobby booms.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat-Han not have more pressing concerns?
His voice change?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better.
As
you
expected.
will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent.
Wait.
Ajdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Chris Velgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well. Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all."
Literally the entire world.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
Oh, you're always well. Actually, we probably need to talk to you a little bit more about stuff, but we'll get to that later. Oh, we are so over time. I don't care.
Look at me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again.
I love this. Okay, I gotta figure something out here. We're still in good time. We're still in good time.
Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding %.
Okay, just throwing this out there as someone who is interested in, you know, space travel. That's a huge number.
Think of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
You are an orc, sir. I love you.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the science end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
My man. Don't get stupid on me now.
Yes, Father?
I know not what you seek of Heidelin, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
Always have been.
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
He finally cracks.
Then I will bear it with you. I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family.
He's been hurting to do that this whole time.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. 'Twas love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisois openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool. Perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart.
Yeah. It's starting to set in that everyone in the Levier family has that streak. Some stronger than others.
No, that was his doing. When he perished at Cartano, as we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream.
Have I mentioned how much I absolutely love this game and the characters in it and the character progression and the story, and you guys know.
You have earned the right to walk your own path and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Emilios the Merciless.
Emilios.
Damn.
Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger.
Yeah, no, that was equal parts. We pushed each other.
Yours, in particular.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
Not even a question.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Valid point. We're on the clock. Let's go.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You have no small number of friends and admirers here after all.
What are the options gonna be? I'm worried. With me for one last ride. We ain't done yet, and neither is this star. Let's rock this motherfucker till the end.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
Oh, good luck, dude. If anyone can organize them, it's you. But there's a lot of pirates here. First of all, I have no idea. I have no doubt that they are going to be civil, but there are quite a few pirates in the area. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, that is going to be a long episode. I don't care. It was worth it. Anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like and a comment down below. If you would like to see more, click that subscribe button, roundhouse the bell next to it, so YouTube is in power. Remember to tell the almighty algorithm channel that I exist whenever I upload. And if, for whatever reason, you would like to join me and the Chaos Crew personally, there's a link down below. Hop in the Discord, ask for the Chaos Crew tag, and you will be pinged when I'm up to shenanigans, etc., etc. I am going to probably get some munchies and continue recording, because the story is fire! I did not know my voice could go that high, actually. Holy shit. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all next round.